Hey, so we're jumping right into part two. So I just shared my experience with the connection between how the first time I was preyed upon, and how that's just been my whole adulthood, my whole dating life and everything, attracting predators because that's preyed upon. And I feel like this is so many women's story, but let me take it to what men say with these podcasts. And guys, you're probably around think and they say all the time these excuses and why it's BS. So men will say things like, oh, the woman, they should choose wisely who they lose their virginity to. They need to marry him. That's their man, or, they need to stop giving it up so easy or being with multiple people. But they don't factor in the part that these women were preyed on even before they were women. Because let's get to it. Because then even men will say, oh, we need to take it back to the old days where guys were with teenagers, with teenage girls, because you need to get, I've heard this, like, yeah, you might be like, what? But men have said this. But anyway, they'll say, oh, you need to get a woman before she's been with a man, before she's been influenced, anything like that. You get her mind fresh, and then she'll just want to cater to you. She'll be a good woman. She won't want to explore the world. She won't go through a whole phase. She won't anything because she'll be connected to you, and you can steer her, and you're the man. You guide her. Oh yeah, all that sounds good, right? But that's not your intentions when you're with this girl. So let's take a 22-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl, because it happens. It even goes a bigger age gap. But let's just do not too far-fetched, right? You probably know somebody with this age gap. But anyway, so let's take a 22-year-old young man and a 16-year-old girl. Call her a girl, not a young one, girl. So today's day and age, that 22-year-old doesn't come with a ring. He doesn't come with a house. He doesn't come and say, oh, I want you to be my wife and bear my children. I have a home for you. Here's the ring. I'm going to ask your father for the hand in marriage. You're untainted, so your mind isn't warped or anything. So I don't really need to get to know you. You're the perfect woman. I'm about to build your brain because that's what it takes. You're untainted, right? So that's not what's happening in 2025. These men who are preying upon these young women, it's all for her young vagina. Yeah, shocker, right? So they'll use these excuses. Oh, back in the day, the good old days, we need to take it back to then because that's when a woman can really be a woman and she's in her prime and she's ready to bear children. No. But even back in those days, even when men were just pulling up in the car and like, hey, you're about to be my wife, and driving them to a different state, and now they have, 3 generations after them, and it's like, oh my God, great grandma was a hostage. Yeah, but at least, okay, I'm not excusing that, but I'm saying at least when that 22-year-old man was going to that 16-year-old girl, it came with the ring. It came with the house. They were ready to have the children. They only wanted that woman. Yeah, they probably had another family across the street or whatever, but that woman was provided for, fed, bills. She probably wasn't very happy. She didn't choose the man, or she had Stockholm syndrome and called it love. But she was provided, like, they came with the ring and the house and everything. These guys are saying, oh, let's keep that mindset and idea, but purely for sex. This man has no intention of marrying this girl. Right? Because if you said she needs to be young so her mind isn't tainted and all these things, and she could really love a man and she needs to be with the first person, then you would be proposing by week's end. 2 weeks, 1 month of meeting this 16-year-old girl, she should be moved in somewhere and married, right? Because what is getting to know her if she's a clean canvas? Go get her, pick her up, provide for her. No, what you want to do, you look for an easy target to get in her mind and get you a minion to control. Through that oxytocin, through all of that chemistry and everything that sex does. And she's so young, and now you're the way girls love Justin Bieber and Michael Jackson and all that. You're that to her. She's idolizing you because of nature. And then all the sweet little nothings you're whispering in her ear, you're promising her the world and all of these things, knowing damn well you're not going to give her any of it. But she's gullible, and she doesn't understand emotion. She doesn't understand that you literally scientifically do not feel or think the way she does. She thinks things are mutual. She's all about you scribbling your name and happy and coming up with names for your kids, and she thinks you're doing the same thing when you're not. This 22-year-old is still with, he wants this fresh girl to teach sex. Like, she's just his personal thing. Nobody else has touched her. It's this ego boost. It's this good thing he could teach her. She could get better through him, be his personal sex girl. But he's still smashing the girls that know what to do already. He's not just solely, oh, I found my woman, this is gonna be my wife. No, he's still like, oh, well, she doesn't know how. No, even use that excuse if you catch them cheating or something like that. Well, you don't really know how to do this, so I had to go get it from another girl. Maybe if you learn this and that. No, he was gonna have the other women anyway. So that's the difference. He's trying to collect minions. People who are do anything. This girl, he can ask her to do anything. She doesn't have any self-respect when it comes to him. She's just all about him, and that's what he wants. It's an ego thing. He never anticipated him marrying that girl. And then guess what happens? He'll leave her, right? He'll leave her on to the next thing. No skin off his back. He's fine, you know. And she's devastated. She thought this was everything. He said all of these things. He loved her, and she felt it in her bones, her heart, her soul, like they were connected. How could he just like, what? Okay, so then what does she do naturally? She continues life, right? After heartbreak, who knows how long it takes her. And then it's this knight in shining armor that comes after the prince breaks her heart. And this knight in shining armor, she's like, this must be the right one, you know, or I know what to look out for now. But guess what? This knight is worse than the prince, and this armor is going to pierce her heart. So now, by the time she's 22, she's been through this cycle a little bit. And now she's caught these bodies, and now men are saying her value is decreased. What? How is her? What do you mean? Because she believed in love and she believed in this person and she felt physically, mentally, everything that they were being honest and this is what love was, and they continuously played her. So she's preyed upon and lied to and manipulated, and she's being punished for it. Fingers are being pointed at her for it. Maybe she had a kid out of it and thinking she's doing the right thing, and now, oh, this will bring us closer, or he said he loved me and he wants a family with me, no ring, or maybe even with the ring, but he's still out here doing all this stuff. He's with all these girls laughing in my face, stuff online. He almost broke my neck when I grabbed his phone just to charge it for him, and he thought I was gonna go through it. And like, what's going on? So she's the villain. She's what's wrong with society because she was preyed upon. What? So it's like people just hate women at this point because guys will say choose better. Why aren't you being yourself, sir? What do you mean to choose? What? Why was this grown man even approaching this teenage girl? Oh, he said for tradition, and this is the way it was better back when it was like that, right? But again, her ring never came. The house never came. He can't even. He's playing video games all day. I don't think our great grandfathers were doing that. I think they were working and things like that. Like, so it's not even. The math isn't mathing. So these men always want to justify their predatory behavior. And it's because like consent isn't really fun for them. Because there are women and men, and you probably see this or you feel this, like some men only want sex, right? And some women only want money. They're willing to exchange sex for money. No problem. They think that's the best. Oh my God, I don't have to go to work for 8 hours. I just have to do this for 3 to 5 minutes here and there. And I get things. Yeah, sign me up. So don't you think just naturally those two should just pair up, right? No, that's no fun because that's consensual. A man doesn't want consent. No. Ew. A willing participant? No. Where's the fun in that? They need to, what they'll call conquer. They need to prey. They need to prey on something. They need to have their little oh, she thinks I'm a good guy. Like they need to have this one up or this secret. Like it's fun. It does something for them. It's like, I don't know. They could just like skip down the street knowing that they're a villain and she has no idea. Like they get a kick out of that. So instead of the man who just wants sex, he's not going to go for the girl who just wants money and is okay with exchanging sex for money. No, he's going to go with the girl who has a dream of getting married and loving a man and being a happy wife and all of these. He's going to go for her. He's going to go for her because now he has to put on his player card. He's got to put a facade. He's got to trick her. That's the fun. That's the chase. That's the predator in him. That's the man word, conquering. So he's going to go for the girl who wants the whole shebang and wants the Prince Charming and has standards and values herself and has positive outlook on love. He wants her. That's the fun one. He gets to, really see how good he can be. Or he wants the stuck up girl whose standards are just so high. She's rolling her eyes at dude. Like, you got to work for her. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get her to be my sex slave. Like, imagine a woman like that walks so tall and knows her worth, bowing down to me, degrading herself for me. Yeah, I'd be that man. So he's going to go for that. So women always think, maybe I don't think we have logic, but it's logical for us to think like, why don't the two that want the same thing go together? Why doesn't the man who genuinely wants to love a wife and genuinely wants to be a father, why can't he just be paired up with the woman that genuinely wants to be a mother, genuinely wants to provide and support her husband? Why can't those two team up? Oh, because she's being preyed upon by the dude that's just trying to catch them all his Pokeballs, whatever. He's trying to catch them all. So she's over here being under a facade. So yeah, she's not really available to that guy. And so usually the guy who wants the actual good man who's super rare and wants a wife and all these things and can, choose a woman, because it's all the choice. Women choose a man and men choose a woman. You can't be like, I'm a man, I can't. You can. Usually the women that are available to him have been chewed up and spit out and preyed upon so much. She's on some other stuff by the time she meets him. So she's hip to the game. So she wants things and she requires certain things and she's not letting herself. She probably can't even really be attached to a man anymore. Like, she's so traumatized and hurt. And it ends up resulting in hurting this man, or she does something weird or foul, and he generalizes all women. And then he starts to change and he starts to shift or whatever, or doesn't. I don't know. I'm generally speaking. But it's just like this predatory way is the problem. It's a problem. And like I mentioned in the last podcast, I talked about a patient and an impatient predator, right? The worst thing is a patient predator. Oh my God. And these are those men we friend zone. They are the most patient predators around. A patient predator is terrifying. Terrifying. Because these are the ones their masks don't come off. These are the ones that have a mask on for 25 years. These are the ones when they're like, what? You've been doing this? You've had this secret, this fetish, this addiction, this what? And I've known you for 25 years? That was a patient predator. He could keep his mask on because he knows he cannot afford for his cards to be shown and revealed, because he needs this facade. You are over here, oh my God, connected to this man you don't even know because he's that good. He's that good. Or he could be your friend for 10 years. He could listen to you cry about other men. He could give you advice about other men that actually pans out. Ain't no hater advice, like genuine advice that helps you with dating. All these things. Whole time he wants to conquer you. He just didn't have it in. You shut it down. He probably felt inferior. He's like, okay, maybe she needs to get hurt a little bit more for her to be on, come down to my level and I get a real shot with her. So let me just be the supporting character, but I'm going to get her. So that patient predator, oh my gosh. And that's why they say never give a man a chance that you friend zoned or you've been curvy for so long and then you go through all this stuff and like, well, William's been there for me. Let him date me. No, honey. He's the worst predator. He's the worst predator. And then you just showed him all the predatory, you told him every detail about how these other predators were and what you let them get away with and what you're accustomed to and all these things. So he's fine-tuned his preying skills on you. It's catered specifically to you. So you can't even see it coming. You would never see it coming. And now you built this thing called trust. You trust him because he's evil. He's a predator. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, that's why we got the worst in that situation. So anyway, what's the point of all this? This is not what I really wanted to talk about during my birth week, but it's like I've just made this connection and I'm like, oh my God, women are going through it. And then you see some women, you're like, why does she keep choosing the worst kind of guys? Why does she keep, because maybe that guy she was, messing around with when she was 14, even when if he was 14, they're both 14-year-olds or whatever, he don't even know himself. So how does she know him? So she's sexually attached, all this chemistry and stuff, to somebody who probably is going to grow up and be a murderer, probably a pedophile, probably. She has no idea because he doesn't even know himself, and they're just playing around and they think they're just doing what kids do and exploring each other's bodies. They don't know the magnitude of how strong this bond is, how deep it runs. So then when she grows up and she's 25 and all this, and she's wondering why every man she's dating is weird or incarcerated, frequently incarcerated, or just a terrible person or whatever, you don't know it's because that person you lost your virginity to, you fell out with, you haven't talked to in 10 years, that their spirit, they had these qualities. They were growing into this. They were getting fine-tuned, these little inklings in them. And you agreed, you bonded, you attached yourself to it before it even manifests into the real thing and you got to see it. You never saw it. You never saw him again. Who knows? He's doing 25 to life because he snapped and murked somebody. And now you can't stop. Every man you're dating, you're like, why do they always have this secret explosive temper? What am I like? How does every man you are attracting that subconsciously because you bonded with that. You agreed with that. You made a contract. You didn't even know. You were a kid. You didn't even know the magnitude of what you were doing. And it's really effed up that it's put so much in our media, in every high school show, everything. They make sex and drug exploration just so natural. This is a part of teenage years. It's not. It shouldn't be. Your brain is growing. Your body is growing. It's figuring things out. Your brain isn't even mature and you're putting things into it. You're altering it before it got to be in its full capacity. And what? This person that can't make proper decisions and choices are making choices that are going to last them a lifetime? Choices that you cannot reverse? This does not seem wise, right? But I don't know, maybe that's just the goal, to get, at least in America, whatever, to get all of our brains all effed up and wired wrong, and we're influenced by all these things that we think we're supposed to be doing, but is really detrimental and irreversible. So then we come up and we're in the society where we work all the time and we're slaves to the government and all that. So maybe it plays into all of that and it's on purpose. But anyway, let's get it back to a molecular level, because that's just huge, too much to fathom in this system. But it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And it's like a toy and a tool. And it's sad that we are making these contracts with these minds that we can't even foresee the future or fathom or really understand actions and reactions and actions and consequences. And we can't even really fathom. We're children. We are children. And then even when we're young adults, a 22-year-old man, his mind is like a 14-year-old. Like, maybe not that low, but it's not even there. And we're still developing. We're still growing. But we are making these binding contracts that are just, it's irreversible. And I'm like, whoa, I really wish I would have known. I wish, I don't know. But then I'm like looking at people on the other end that had the 2-parent households and had their married family and generations of marriage and stuff, and they still were going down the wrong road. It's because they didn't understand the magnitude of sex. We don't understand what we're agreeing to. There's no way to understand it. I'm understanding it more and more. I'm 31 and I just made this connection, like, damn, I really was effed up. And it all roots back to my first encounter, me thinking I'm doing everything right. Oh my gosh, it's like repetitive in my life. It might be different degrees, it's different people from different walks. And I mean, I've dated purposely. I've mixed up my dating to see what is it, so from different races to different ages. I've dated a guy, my current man is younger than me. He's 6 years younger than me. That is significant. I've never dated younger than me. Whoa, 6 years. I've dated a man 26 years older than me when I was 19. Yeah, I was preyed on thinking that it was better for some reason. I don't know. Again, nobody told me anything. I don't know. So what the freak? I can't do better. You don't know better, right? So I've done so many things, and it all boils down to the same thing. And now I can make the connection that it's rooted from my first encounter, my first experience, and the way it ended, and trying to protect myself from that, or at least making that pain worth it. But still hasn't healed, and I still don't even have a connection to it. I can't like think about it and like cry or get sad. I'm just like, hey, whatever. But no, it's not whatever. If it's affected my life for over a decade, if it's current, it's the same. It's just, and I'm not even gonna say I got it right now, because I didn't. Like I said, like I just talked about praying and all that. My current man was my friend. He was my friend before we got together. Oh, what did I just call that? A patient predator. Sorry, babe, I'm calling you a predator, but whatever. Patient predator, right? Patient predator. So I still was preyed upon. Like I said, he was very womanizer. I don't think that just disappeared. Like I said, he's 6 years younger than me. So that didn't just disappear. So for right now, I have the family for right now. But if we do the calculations, that's going to be short-lived, because it's a thing called a trend. And if he is who he is, at the end of the day, it'll always go back to his nature, and men are very selfish. So if he wants 7 women, eventually it's going to come up, or he's just going to go get them. And I'm just sitting here. But you know what I mean? So I don't think anything's anything's in freaking a contract. We're not married. And even if we were, when does that stop the man, right? What they want, they're gonna get it, no matter what. And usually they want things that they have to, they'll say conquer, but I say prey upon. So even me being a woman who wants to be monogamous, maybe my friend preyed upon the fact that he can make me polygamous. Maybe if he could get that woman that is so self-sure and has so much self-love and wants to help other women and speaks all these things, if he could get her to bow down to him and agree to live the life he wants that benefits him and his pleasures, then he's really that guy. His ego is through the roof. It's through the sky. It's in the solar system. If he could conquer that. So maybe it's just a part of, I'm just in the midst of the story. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm always on guard. But then like, oh, you're on guard, that's bad. No, it's because I'm in condition to be. What kind of fool would I be to not be on guard, or to really believe that, oh, I get the happy ending? Again, remember, the way men view me, I'm not stupid. I have 2 children by 2 different men. My value is very low. Oh, let's throw in the fact I'm in my 30s now. Ooh, I'm in my 30s. I'm a plus size woman. Oh my gosh. I'm a fucking 2 out of 10 at this point, right? So then it's like, oh, well, you should just be happy with a piece of man you could get. He should be able to do whatever he wants because you got chosen. You're not, statistically, you shouldn't even be chosen. Well, guess what? Statistically, ooh, I don't cuss on this podcast, but what I really want to say, but yeah, go eat one, because I could do without, you know what I mean? So it's not, in these men, it's so unfortunate, and I feel it for the young women. It's so hard, and then I feel like women try to protect themselves, kind of like I did, but they go above, oh, I'm gonna have all the dudes. They start trying to adopt characteristics of a man, but we're not men. We can't do that. It's not we just can't. We all this rah feminist, but it's just, we cannot. We're not men. We cannot do that. But I don't blame young women for trying to protect themselves. I don't blame the Blast and the Glorilla and Sexy Red and, oh, I'm leaving Thomas's house, I'm going to Dominic's house, and oh yeah, hot girl summer. Oh yeah, these men ain't gonna play me. He think I'm stupid, but little does he know I got Marcus on the line too, and I'm talking to his homeboy, and and they're all paying me. Yeah, ain't nobody breaking my heart. But baby, you're breaking your heart, because at the end of the day, and then when you get in your 30s and you're sitting there and you're sulking and you don't know what's wrong with you, and you have all these racing thoughts, and you don't know, like, you're one person one day and one the next, and you're this and that, it's because you are harboring all these people and all these contracts, and your body doesn't, it's kind of like haywire, right? So we can't act like men, but I don't blame you for thinking that that's a solution. It's not. There's no solution that can come from a woman in this topic. We are just toys. We are these men's toys. At the end of the day, it's literally nothing we can do. It does not come from a woman. It has to start with a man, and it's not going to, because it will not benefit them to be consensual, good people. It wouldn't benefit them. It wouldn't fulfill them. Their testosterone will probably decrease. Yeah. So it's not, no, they need to conquer. They need to take something. They need to take something. Even like with war, like what if like treaties and stuff, we could just talk first or whatever. They're like, no, we're going to do a sneak attack tonight. We're going to take the land. We're going to take their people. We're going to, that was the way. Because if we just talked it out and gave them something they needed, and we had to give up something we needed, and then for us to bargain and that's not fun. No, we want everything we want without giving up much. Nothing if possible, but if so, things that don't really mean anything to us. And that's just how they are with everything. And it's not men bashing. This is called being real and realistic. And I'm not saying this goes for every man and this goes for every woman and whatever. Yeah, I could be just influenced from my experiences or seeing maybe the negative stuck out more to me. A video we watched in biology in 9th grade traumatized TF out of me. And it was about the high school sweethearts. We were learning about sexually transmitted diseases, right? And this high school sweetheart, the girl, she's a cheerleader, he's a football player. I mean, American love story. They played together, families were friends, like perfect, right? They knew each other since children. This is like the most everything beautiful. Gives her AIDS. Full-blown AIDS by the time she finds out. She's been with nobody else, no other kiss, no other hand holding, nothing. They used to play wedding when they were children at the park. She did everything. She thought she was doing everything right. Perfect. 4 beautiful children. He's out there living his damn best life and gives her full-blown AIDS. She finds it's late. She has AIDS. Like, you have AIDS. Not even HIV. You have AIDS. How? I'm married. Your husband's out here doing whatever woman and man he wants. Somehow, society, I feel like, would blame her. Oh, I'm sure there were signs. You never questioned how long his business trips were? You thought he really worked overtime that much? Did you check the pay stubs? Did the hours he was working match up with the money coming in? There were surely signs. You wanted to be lied to. You knew what he was doing. You weren't that busy. Raising 4 kids is that much. The signs were there. You allowed it. Somehow she would still be the damn bad guy and should have chose better. Right? Anyway, I'm just angry for other women. It's not even about me, because I can defend myself. I got what I need out of men anyway. At the end of the day, I can live without men forever. Honestly, I have children. My purpose is fulfilled. I have 2 sons. I'm so happy. I wanted daughters, but oh my God. God knows what he's doing. I am so happy I do not have daughters, because this world is an evil place for women. It is so sad. It is so hard to be a woman in this world, and it's only getting worse with this social media and everything. And I would probably have the real life Rapunzel. I would probably lock my daughter up trying to protect her, and it would actually damage her. She would think I was probably like evil. She would probably hate me, and it's because I would just want to keep her safe, because this world is terrible. I would be I would be teaching her the worst things. I'd be like, be in your feminine energy, be a woman, but don't have emotions. Don't trust men. She'd be like, what the freak? But when I'm more feminine, I'm more emotional, but you told me not to be emotional, but then you told me not to be masculine, but it's masculine if you say I can't be emotional. So I would probably have the most anxious little psycho daughter, because I would mess her up, because I would be trying to protect her so much from a world I literally cannot protect her from. There's no protection for us, literally. So I'll be wasting my time. I would have the worst anxiety. I probably would have a premature heart attack trying to protect a little girl. So I've never been more thankful that I do not have daughters. I don't even want to risk having more children, because I don't want a girl. I would love a little mini me. I would love a little princess. But this world is no place for a woman. And I don't think it never has been one. But I just think it's getting worse. It's just uniquely developing into just more ways to hurt, neglect, and blame women. And it's so unfortunate, whatever. It's so unfortunate. And I just find my peace and my happiness in what I can as a woman. And I'm so blessed. I went through a lot. Like I said, I had to fine tune and trial and error for a lot of things. But truly love myself and I can devote myself in so many things other than being a man's toy. And yeah, I just want that for other women because it's just so impossible. It's impossible out here. But yeah, I don't know. There's no like positive message coming out of this. What is my point? But I was just trying to address something about the predatory behavior and how consent is not fun for men. So yeah, I mean, still date, do whatever, but just know like you can do it all right and it still be all wrong because at the end of the day, it's not up to us, and it's so damn unfortunate. And I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Any solutions? Like, do you think? Because for me, we're nothing. Like I said, we could do everything right, storybook right, and still end up with a death sentence. You know. Only thing I'm just I'm thankful for laws and stuff in America and everything, because if there weren't all these laws, if men weren't afraid to go to prison, we would be so hurt sexually, physically. Women would not be able to go anywhere. We wouldn't even be able to be in the house. They would come in the house if there was no laws like against this. It's still happening even with the laws, but I'm just saying at a mass rate. It would be probably every other man you're looking at would be the one harming you. And the only reason why these men aren't harming us more is because they don't want to be punished for it. That's it. Not because they respect us or they love us. So these are the people, our coworkers, the guy we went on a date with last night. These are these men that would harm us in a heartbeat. There was no consequences. The amount of R word that would be going on and beating us and oh my gosh, all day, every all day, like that would just be the way. So thank God for laws. Thank God for that. So I guess it could be worse. Let's just hope that stays, put, can't just R word women. I mean, some people still get away with it, but you know what I mean? Just at mass rates. So I guess that's something we could be thankful for. We're not being assaulted more. Thank you. Thank you, laws. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts and everything. This is just something I'm like, it's so unfortunate. So instilling your children, your sons, try it as hard as you can, but like, damn. I don't know. Don't be predators, but whatever. They call it nature, so I don't know if there's a way to, I don't know. But yeah. Kind of depressing, but yeah, I don't know. Share your thoughts with me. Have a good day.